Today, we're going to learn about C++ for loop. We leave the discussion for range-based for loops for future videos, as it requires an understanding of containers. What's up everyone? Welcome to Programmer's Life. If this is your first time on the channel, hit the subscribe button for more programming videos. You can find the link to the source code used in the video in the description below. Let's get started. For loop is useful when we want to loop a fixed number of times. This loop is a specialized version of while loop to loop over a fixed number of times. It adds two more statements to a while loop for counting support. One is the start of the counter, and another statement is to increment the counter. For instance, we can take a user input and print a times table for the number. We can start by writing statements to accept user input. Now, let's write our for loop. We start with for, write the first statement to initialize the counter to 0. Terminate statement with a semicolon. Then write the second statement for when to terminate, not equal to 10 in this case. And then the third statement to increment our value by 1. Inside the loop block, we can print the times table row. Let's test out with the user input. We can see it prints the times table correctly. In C++, we usually initialize the for loop counter with 0. One of the reasons is that we can quickly tell, looking at the end condition, of how many times the loop runs. If we were to initialize the counter with 1 and terminate it with not equal to 11, we would need to subtract those values to tell how many times the loop runs, which is less obvious. It also makes writing the terminating condition easier that we want to write 10 rows. To increment by 1, C++ has another operator called increment. It is represented by two plus symbols together. This operator operates on a single operand since it is incremented by 1. The second operand, 1, is not needed. Operators operating on a single operand are called unary operator. The program behaves the same if we test it again. If we want to print every other number in the times table, we can change the increment to 2. Now, the program prints every other number. We can also count downward using the for loop. We change the counter to initialize at 10 and condition to terminate at 0. Now, we decrement the counter instead of incrementing it. We also need to remove the +1 addition from the counter in the cout statement, since now loop goes from the count 10 to 1, so counter print is already how we want it. Let's test it out. We can see the table in decreasing order now. For more programming videos, hit the subscribe button, leave a comment if you want me to cover any specific topic, and share with your friends. Thanks for watching.